Hi guys, this is David again. As a request, I did have a subscriber ask about batteries, deep cycle batteries and things like that. So I'll go ahead and give you at least a little bit of knowledge that I have on it, and then of course obviously still do some more research, get on YouTube and get on forums and things like that, and still do a whole lot more research as well too. But I'll give you a little bit of knowledge that I have on them, and you know what kind of things to look out for as well too. But yeah, this right here, this is called EverStart. This one right here is a I'm trying to think about again what the, let me see if I can find it again, what the, if it says on there what group it was. I think it's group 24 if I can remember right as far as the actual group that it has. But it's either way, it's about 92, yeah, it's about 92 amp hours is what it actually comes out to. Now the thing is about deep cycle batteries is most of them does not actually say what group they are, or not necessarily group, but they don't say how many amp hours they have. That's how most of them are. So to be able to find that out, you need to find out what the group number is, which they do have group numbers on there for sure. If not, then you definitely need to, you know, get a hold of a sales associate or something and figure out what's going on, because they're supposed to have group numbers on there for sure. But that way, once you figure out what the group numbers are, then you can figure out how many amp hours it is. Now there is different charts or different forums you can go to as well to find out that information. That's what I did myself recently. Well, not recently, but probably about a month or two ago. And that we can, you know, be able to look for what you want to get, because obviously different group numbers is going to determine how many amp hours you're going to be able to get, because some amp hours is going to be more than others, of course. Now as far as the inverter goes, this right here is Harbor Freight. Actually, first, even before I get to that, I wanted to say though, this actually is one that I got from Walmart, and I paid originally, I think it was $98 for it. And like I said, it's a 92 amp hour battery, but from what I have heard from other subscribers, and I checked it out, and it turns out that is correct what they said, that if you do already have a Sam's Club membership, that you can get a deep cycle battery for a real good price. I can't remember now what the price was. It might have been like 70 to 80 bucks or something like that, and it was even more amp hours too than what I have here as well. So definitely, you know, shop around big time before you go buy one, because there is better deals out there than what Walmart has for sure. And obviously you want to get the, you know, the biggest bang for your buck as far as when you're getting your batteries and stuff. But yeah, as far as going now too, this here, as far as the inverter, this here, like I said, is Harbor Freight inverter, and this right here is 750 watts. I can't remember what it's called. Well, the regular, anyways, regular running time or whatever, 750 watts, and it goes up to 1500 watts peak is how far it goes up to. But again, too, this here, I mean, keep in mind, guys, when I bought this stuff, you know, I only had so much money that I, you know, had to work with, so I had to get what I can get at the time and stuff. And I was trying to get something pretty quick too, to, you know, just get something in here to be able to start using electricity as well. So keep that in mind. Obviously, I would have got, you know, better stuff otherwise. But yeah, this right here, I can't remember now because it's been so long what the price was on this one. It was like 30 bucks, I think, is what it was. Like $20 to $30, somewhere around that effect. It wasn't, you know, more than that if it was, or much more anyways if it was more than that. But the point is, I have seen better ones too online for sure, especially like on Amazon. I seen one that was I think, if I can remember right, I think it was a 2000 watt amp, and I think it was about 60 to 70 bucks, I think is what it cost. So if you have the money to do it, then definitely shop around on that too, because you want to try to get, you know, the best you can get, obviously, when it comes to your equipment. But also say too, when you're getting your inverter, it's best if you can do it, and really, in my opinion, it's better to even just wait and save up the money if you have to go ahead and get yourself a pure sine wave inverter. There's sine wave and there's pure sine wave, but the pure sine wave is going to be the best, because that way you won't get spikes in your electricity. And like when you're well, to give you an example, like when you're at home and you're on your computer, if your computer sometimes freezes up on you, and it's just like out of the blue, and it's like, well, why did it do that? Why did it freeze up on me all of a sudden like that? Well, a lot of times the reason why that is because you get spikes in your electricity that's in your walls, and it comes through the outlet that you have the computer hooked up to. So you want to keep that in mind, that if you have a pure sine wave, it gets rid of those spikes. It regulates the flow of the electricity, and it makes sure that it's constant flow, so that way you don't have any hiccups like that when it comes to your electricity going to your laptop and your different devices that you're using. So definitely try to keep that in mind. That, like I said, in my opinion, it's better to just wait and save up the money and go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get yourself the pure sine wave inverter though. And like I said, try to get 2,000 watts too, because when you're living in your van, I mean, there will be times when you do want to try to use stuff that it's going to be sometimes even like household type items. So if you got that type of power to do that, then you'll be fine. But otherwise, you're going to limit yourself big time if you don't. So I think that's about it, pretty much. But also too, if you do plan on getting yourself a solar panel, then also as well, if you have the money to do it, I would suggest to get yourself an extra battery. In fact, in other words, have 2 batteries, excuse me, deep cycle batteries, so that way you can hook those up together and have a bigger battery bank, so that way you'll have more amp hours. So in other words, if I had another one, I can hook it up to it. Instead of having 92 amp hours, I might have close to 200 amp hours or whatever. So just keep that in mind, because obviously the more stuff that you're going to run in your van, then the more amp hours you're going to need as well too. And especially too, if you ever wanted to do something like plug in a small space heater, because there is a space heater that you can get that's online that I think is about 70 watts. It's real low watts like that though, and that way you can use that in your van as well too, as far as keeping warm. So yeah, just try to shop around, look around for that too, if you just want to try to do that though. But I mean, obviously you want to have a decent battery bank if you want to run that though, because obviously you want to try to run that all night long, but you don't want to run your batteries all the way down either too. Also too, now that I think about it, another thing that you want to try to, well actually 2 more things, come to think about it. Number 1 is when you're using your inverter for your battery banks, make for sure that you turn your inverter off when you're not using it, because if you leave your inverter on, especially during the day or overnight or whatever, it will still run your battery down even if you don't have anything plugged into your inverter, because the inverter still eats up electricity, even if you're not even if you're not charging up your laptop or your phone or whatever the case may be. That inverter still takes some electricity. It's what's called a vampire type of a device, so it still sucks out the electricity. So make for sure you turn that thing off, because otherwise you could wake up in the morning time and your battery could end up being dead, or pretty far down as far as the level on it. So just keep that in mind, number 1. Number 2, what was I going to say now? I got off onto a tangent talking about that. Dang it, what was I going to say? I hate when that happens. But anyways, if I can remember later on, then I'll see if I can still tell you guys or whatever. That was pretty important too, but I'll cut back in with another clip if I can remember later on what that other point was I was going to make them. But yeah, I mean that's about it though, guys. This is kind of a quick video to talk to you guys about some ideals as far as batteries. Obviously you got some real good batteries out too, like Trojan is the best ones you can get, but you're gonna pay some big time money for it too. So just go with what you can with your budget, but also try to save up if you can and try to get the best that you can from the beginning, because in that way later on you won't have to worry about any problems though later down the line. But yep, I think that's it though, as far as everything I can think about for right now, guys. Of course, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, guys, and you have a great day.